Hey, y'all, say y'all, peace and Palo Santo 6. It's your girl, Divinely Lika. And today, we're just going to do like a quick mini read to see what it is that our spirit guides, divine spirit guides, archangels, ascended masters want us to know the most at this time. What is it that they want us to hear the most at this time, okay? So that's ultimately the objective of the routine. We're going to get right into it. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the collective. What is it that they need to hear the most at this time? What is it that they need to hear the most at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil eyes, illusion spells, confusion spells being sent my way. Evil eye being sent my way or to the way of the collective and their loved ones. Please just, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Protect my crown chakra and open up my third eye chakra so I can dive deeper into my intuition to give further clarification of the cards that come out today. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. So let's see what's going on. All right, what is it that the collective needs to hear the most at this time, Spirit? What is it that the collective needs to hear the most at this time? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. I've seen that in the pre-shuffle. So we have Mommy Wata, naked. So cool. I actually watch a tarot reader. Her name is Mommy Wata. So that's interesting. All right. Now I know where she got it from. An African goddess. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's see what else. So it has Mommy Wata, naked. Just getting this feeling about like somebody being authentically them, no restrictions, no self-limiting beliefs. We have level up. Give me one more, Spirit, for the collective. What is it that they need to hear the most at this time? What is it that they need to hear the most at this time? There we go. Shame. Naked, level up, and shame. Y'all know I love these cards. They're so freaking beautiful. So we have Mommy Wata. We have Queen Ya Ashantua, level up. And then we have Long Bubby Susie, shame. Okay. So let's see what the backstories are behind these cards so we can overall see what it is that Spirit wants us to know right now. I do not have on my glasses, y'all, so bear with me. Bear with me, Mommy Wata 60. I decided to play like some frequencies in the background. I don't know if y'all hear them, but I just think it's a nice little touch. All right, so she's the goddess of emotional nakedness. Okay, so this is about kind of being vulnerable. Mommy Wata and her sisters live in the Ikabo River in Benin City, Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global phenomenon. No, it's not what it says at all. Her own global pantheon? I don't really know what that means. Mommy Wata influences emotions and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Okay, so dope. That's just the backstory of her, but this is her guidance to you, and it is: hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you. Ooh. Say, I haven't been showing the whole me, but I'm starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth. Share your story. Cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. Goddess declaration. I have the courage to be vulnerable. So I'm already kind of getting I'm kind of getting a vibe, just because this is kind of about obviously being emotionally vulnerable, and not fearing to have to spare people's feelings. So there's something, I feel like, for us to get this shame card after in here in this spread as well, it's like someone is ashamed to express themselves. Someone is feeling like them being emotionally vulnerable is like a weakness, like it may be some form of weakness. And I really want people to understand how much strength it takes to be vulnerable, how much strength it takes to really speak on your feelings, to put your ego to the side and say, this is what I genuinely feel at a core level. It takes a lot of strength to do that. I know, like, there was a period of my life where I would, on some just defense mechanism, I would never really want anybody to know how much I cared or how much they hurt my feelings. I would always try to play it off like I'm hard, I'm cool. Oh, you don't care, I can not care even more. And I would ultimately be hurting myself. Oh, sometimes we'll ultimately hurt ourselves by trying to act like we don't care about something that deep down inside we really do. We may really be hurt. Our feelings may really be hurt. Or it's just something that we really want to express. So Spirit is saying, yes, be comfortable with making people uncomfortable. Be comfortable with putting yourself in uncomfortable positions to express what it is that you truly feel. Okay? All right, so the next we have is level up, which is great. I'm hearing there's somebody, and this may be you or someone in your energy, there is somebody who doesn't want to express, what is it? Like, almost doesn't want to express maybe something that they want to embark on that could cause a really big level up in their lives. They may be ashamed of what it is that they want to do. Or feel like, or I can be talking to a group of people who may live in a family, who may be a part of a family dynamic that can be very judgmental. Like, maybe you're in a family dynamic where everybody does things a certain way, or maybe you're really, what is the fucking word that I'm looking for? Is liberal the word? Maybe you're like in a more religious based family, and most of your lives they've expected you to be a certain type of way, and for you to say, well, to be vulnerable with them and let them know, like, this doesn't make me happy, and there's something different that I want to do that may be different than what everybody is doing in the family. Maybe you're ashamed of it in some type of way. I'm also hearing that may be applied to a small group of people, but just take what resonates, what fits your situation, and leave the rest. But okay, we also have Queen Ashante. Queen Ya Ashantewa. Yeah, that's what it is. So let's see what it says. All right. So Queen Ya Ashantewa was a mother, farmer, and the warrior queen. This is just her backstory. Who led the War of Golden Stool. The Golden Stool throne of Ashanti Empire holds the Redden's Craw life force energy. Okay, but anyway, her guidance to you is raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Your choices can raise the frequency of your community and the planet. Raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. Your choice can raise the frequency of your community and planet. Okay, boom. I also hear this. There's also somebody who may be in a, like, maybe has like a friend group, or a group of, friend group, or even just a group of family members who are very comfortable with just living day to day or like just getting by or just doing the regular degular, and there's like somebody who wants to step out, or maybe you're someone who wants to actually encourage somebody to level up in some type of way, you know, but you're afraid to, like, on some wanting to spare the feelings or not wanting to make somebody uncomfortable about, like, maybe like making them look in the fucking mirror. Or maybe this is you wanting to have this conversation with your higher self, trying to have this conversation with your ego self, because I do believe we have two versions of ourselves, where it's like, you know, that you're destined to do more than what it is that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You may be someone who's living in a almost like a routine, but a routine that's not really bringing anything seriously fruitful for you. And you may be around a group of people who they're comfortable with that, and maybe you're not comfortable with that anymore, and you're ready to, you know, make these changes. Or you can be someone who's actually in a relationship and it's going this way. You can be someone who's very, you know, ambitious and motivated, but then you have a partner who just doesn't match that frequency, and it's like you want to have that conversation with them about, you know, there's so much more we can be doing, there's so much more we can have, but you're afraid to make this person uncomfortable by speaking on how you genuinely feel about something. So I'm also hearing that too. But it says it's time to level up. This is your season for a quantum leap. You have prepared for this. Life does not have to be linear, and neither does growth. A quantum leap feels drastic and huge, but the secret is that quantum leaps happen little by little. So what inspired action helps you level up? Connecting to spirit with rituals, movement, meditation, and visualizations is a great start. Divine timing is on my side. Y'all, I still have to move out of my neighborhood. I just heard like some gunshots right in the back of my house. That sound like real close to. Sheesh, the summer ain't even fucking start yet, bro. And it's cold outside. Like, what the hell? Anyway. So yeah, this can be either like a conversation that you want to have with maybe someone close to you, or maybe this is a conversation that you actually need to have with yourself. 1222 on the timer. When I said that, those numbers are very significant to change, to making a change, to actually breaking out of a cycle. So funny that these numbers come up during this reading, because these are the numbers or the synchronicity or the time that I would get on a consistent basis, like religiously, a number that I would get, a time that I would get on a consistent basis when I was working in health insurance, and I was genuinely unhappy with the routine of getting up and sitting at a fucking desk for fucking 8+ hours a day. And it was really me taking the time, like, what the hell does this number mean? And I looked it up, and it literally spoke about somebody sitting, like, being at a job that makes them unhappy when they genuinely have a desire to do something else. And that's ultimately how I quit and then start investing more time in, like, my craft and, my gift of doing readings. It started off personal before YouTube, but yeah. So yeah, this will also be someone who needs to have, you know, this particular conversation with themselves as well. Okay. Then we have Long Bubby Susie, shame. And I'm also hearing like somebody is probably like someone is ashamed. Someone is ashamed with, and honestly, I feel like you shouldn't be. Spirit is saying not to be ashamed of yourself. You know, not to be ashamed of yourself if you feel like, you know, what is taking me so long, or why is it that I'm struggling to break, you know, when we live in the fucking matrix. So sometimes you just get really caught up in the day-to-day. I'm going to go to work, and then I'm going to go home, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. It's so easy to be caught up in that. So I feel like someone is also feeling ashamed, like some type of shame for this, and Spirit is saying not to. Long Bubby Susie. 38. Okay. So it says her temple is shadows, her element is fire. Long Bubby Susie keeps the children of the Belize terrified, viewed as a shadow monster. She has the power to kill or nurture with her long, scary breasts that contain milk and poison. The beautiful Afro-Indigenous spirit may be a distortion of the Aruk Tani Moon, Goddess Atabi. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I don't know who that is. But her guidance to you is this. It says, you are beautiful and loved. Every part of you and your journey is beautiful. Even the ugliest moments. You have a heart and soul and breath that makes you beautiful. You are secretly scared that you're not enough. Shame is lying to you. You are not broken, unlovable, ugly, or unworthy. Shame keeps you small and hiding. Accept yourself now. You are a bright light. Allow yourself to see who you truly are. You are doing the very best you can. You are lovable and you are complete. Goddess declaration, I am protected. I just heard something in the middle of reading that, and this is this. This is why level up is in the middle. Level up is in the middle between naked and shame. Someone is in their own way. So I have a whole different perception of this reading. Not saying that what I said is like completely non and void, because I do believe that that's small, that applies to a small group of people. But ultimately, there is somebody who, the only thing, they're standing in their own way. The only thing that's standing in the way of you leveling up is your fear to, your fear to be authentically you. You feel someone is feeling like they're not enough. Someone is feeling very much so insecure. Somebody is telling themselves false stories about themselves. Okay? Because the naked card was saying something about being comfortable making people feel uncomfortable. Somebody is feeling like if they are fully and truly who they are at a core level, that they will not be accepted, that they will be looked at as unlovable, that they will be looked at as not enough. And Spirit is saying the complete opposite. First and foremost, none of us is created to be liked by everybody. I'm such a good person to do this reading, because I'm somebody who's really learned, like almost in elementary school, that I'm not a fit-in type. Like, I'm just not a category type. You know, like in school, you got your lame kids and your popular kids. I was like neither. I had a combination of both type of friends. I'm not a fit-in type of person. I'm just me. And for some people, they really embrace that and like that. And for some people, they think I'm fucking weird and they don't fuck with me. I could give a fuck less. But someone is in their head. Someone is doubting themselves. Someone is standing in the way of their level up. Spirit is saying, if you step into your confidence, I'm hearing that somebody needs to really practice some self-love, loving on yourself, self-care, affirmations. Very, 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 very important. I heard, I came across some information that says if you do affirmations for 21 days straight, you can ultimately reset the programming of your mind, because we do tell ourselves some really fucked up stories about ourselves. I can even say that I'm my worst critic at times. But ultimately, everything is energy. So if you're putting out the energy that I'm not enough, or I'm not beautiful, or I'm not this, or if I'm my true self, people won't like me, that's the energy you're putting out. So you're just going to get more of it back. There is a spirit for everyone, for every emotion and every energy. So if you say, oh, I'm not enough and I can't do that, then the spirit of not enough, or of unworthiness and lack, is going to be like, hey, you caught me? All right, I'm going to go on. I'm going to move in here and get nice and motherfucking comfortable in your auric field, and I'm just going to chill here. That's really how energy works. So, with that being said, you need to start telling yourself a different story. And I know it's easier said than done. So I really, really want you to start collective for 1919 on the timer. Those numbers are very significant. I would say these numbers are significant. I would advise you to look those up. But because there can also be another message just behind those numbers. Okay? But to the collective, or the group in this collective who are struggling with self-worth, who are telling themselves these negative stories of I'm not enough, or if I do this, people are going to look at me like I'm fucking weird, or you feel like you being a different version of yourself first of all, it's not even really a different version. It's just who you really are, without the telling yourself these negative stories, or without you being shy or nervous about how other people will perceive you. You being this different version of yourself, you feel like it's going to make other people uncomfortable because it's like they don't know that version of you. Who gives a fuck? Understand that we all have the power to rewrite our story at any given fucking time. If I say tomorrow that this is the person I'm going to be from here on out, who the fuck says you can't do that? Who says that there's a specific or a special time, or, oh, I have to get this amount of money, and then I have to do this and I have to do that, and then I can do this. Some of the people who end up really being like famous, and even though that doesn't have to be your absolute goal, they tell themselves they're the shit before anybody tells them they're the shit. They don't wait for a lot of people. They not waiting for people to validate them. It's just like you tell yourself that shit so much that at some point people ain't got no choice but to believe you, because you ain't backing down off that. That's who the fuck you are. Now everybody ain't gotta like it, but who the fuck cares if they do or don't, right? Ultimately, that's what I'm getting from this. The affirmations: I am worthy, I am beautiful, I am confident, I am powerful, I am magnetic. Write these down and say them to yourself 3 times a day in the mirror. Write it down in a notebook. Leave enough space on the notebook so that you can tally it off. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Within 21 days, the same way they say it takes like 21 days to create a habit or break a habit, I think it'll take 21 days to create it. So I think you can really change reprogram your mind to be more confident if you practice affirmations. Affirmations are very, very beneficial and helpful. And I think that would be really helpful to you. Okay. For some reason, I want to pull from this deck, so let's just see what's going on. Divine Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Spirit's got me to something else. No matter of fact, I'll just pull from 2 decks, but there's another deck I want to pull from. And I don't even use this one often, but I'm feeling like it is kind of appropriate for this reading. And this is the Power of Love deck, so we'll get into that after this. But let's just get a few of these messages, because I don't need a guidebook for these ones. Divine Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the collective. What is it that they need to hear the most at this time to add to this reading? What is it that they need to hear the most at this time to add to this reading? Please just block out any interferences so I get these messages across, and protect my space. Protect the collective. Send them bursts of positive, beautiful, confident energy so they can fully embrace who they are on a deeper core level. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ashe, ashe, and ashe. Alright. Let's see what's going on. Spirit want to add to this thing. Oh, I felt it. I felt this one. The first card we have is Firstly, Love Yourself. Your existence is beautiful. Oh, yeah, y'all. Yeah, this is definitely a reading very, very much so geared to someone loving themselves and reminding themselves how special and wonderful and beautiful that they really are. So it says, firstly, love yourself. Your existence is a beautiful blessing. Know how to be deeply in love with your own self. You have a place to belong, people to vibe with, and will finally blossom to your best version. Aww. Thank you so much, Spirit. I be knowing where the fucking message is going, man. I love when they resonate. Even Shit, even knowing that I'm good at what I do and that I'm really, really channeling the energy that someone needs to hear. I love when I pull from a completely different deck, but it's still along the lines of the message that I'm getting across. Spirit is saying to firstly love yourself. Love yourself fully. Start practicing these affirmations. Do something every day. Do one small thing. It's one small act of self-love. And you know, act of self-love can just be making a promise to yourself and keeping it. Today I'm going to get up, I'm going to do 5 fucking crunches. That's an act of self-love because you showed up for yourself. You made a promise to do something for yourself and you showed up for yourself. Okay? Now, I'm saying to start off small because I like just the smallest things. When it comes to acts of self-love, it doesn't have to be something fucking major. Sometimes we make these really big promises that it's hard for us to keep, and then we end up beating ourselves up that we didn't pull through or we didn't follow through. So yeah, make sure that you're doing that. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective to add to this reading? Says identify the blockage. Somewhere within your mindset, there is a blockage of energies that prevents you from reaching your goals. Search for it as soon as you could. And this is what I was saying, how you're kind of standing in your own way. You're standing in the way of your level up by telling yourself these false stories, creating these false narratives about not being enough, or if I do this, people may look at me this way or that way. Or maybe you're uncomfortable with just tapping into your truest desires. I feel like it's more of just a lack of self-confidence. There's just someone telling themselves really negative stories about themselves, and they're not true. They're absolutely not true. Anything negative you're telling yourself about yourself, oh, I'm not enough, or I'm not pretty, or I'm not handsome, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. That's not true. But you're putting this energy out and you're getting more of it back, so you're feeling it even deeper. There is a beautiful book that I just bought, y'all. Just bought, and I think it'd be such a good book for you all. Cause I'm Miss Overthinker, and I'm gonna be honest. I've also told myself like some really bad stories about myself. Where it's like, Malika, what? Like, come on, man, get it together. But let me look and see what this book is called. Okay. Just snapped a picture of it today. It says, don't believe everything you think. It says, why your thinking is the beginning and end of suffering. I literally just purchased this book, y'all. And when I tell y'all probably can't see it. I got it off Amazon for like $15. I would really, really suggest y'all getting this book. It's really, really a good book. Don't believe everything you think.